Give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making it possible for us to be alive today. We've descended from the month of Rabiul Awal to the month of Jumua al-Ula, and as a result of this, inshallah, we would refocus our khutbah from the seerah and the life of the blessed Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which we started 4 or 5 weeks ago, to other various topics. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase his blessings and mercy upon the soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has chosen for us the deen of Islam. It is a deen in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum, that he has completed our religion for us, and we have no contribution except to submit ourselves to the deen. We testify that there is no God worthy of worship except Allah, and that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the messenger of Allah. The first thing we need to remind ourselves of every time, every day, every Juma is the taqwa. The most important thing. It doesn't exclude the speaker, neither those who are listening. Taqwa does not exclude the Prophet, neither does it exclude those with whom Allah sent them to. Allah included every one of us when it comes to the issue of taqwa. And what is taqwa? To always approach issues from the angle of Allah is overseeing me, Allah sees me, Allah is with me, Allah will judge me. That is the meaning of taqwa in whatever we do. The topic of today's khutbah within a very short time we have is the importance of learning the classical Arabic language. Learning classical Arabic language. You will see that the adjective is classical Arabic language, which is known as Al-Arabiyyatul Fusha. The classical Arabic language is quite different from colloquial Arabic language, which is very popular today. Why not for the sake of Quran and the Hadith, people will have forgotten about classical Arabic language. The Prophet ﷺ spoke classical Arabic language, the language of Al-Quran. You'll be surprised that the language of Al-Quran is quite different from the language in which many Arabs speak today, which they call Arabic. It is a very big surprise that if you go on the streets of Mecca, if you go on the street of Medina, if you go on the street of Cairo, or you go on the street of Alexandria, wherever you go in the Arabic world, it is very possible for you not to hear people speaking classical Arabic. In some cases, the Arabs will even laugh at you when you speak classical Arabic language. They will look at you and say, are you a lecturer? This is not a classroom. If you want to, sometimes they will tell you, are you talking about the Quran and the Hadith? They make even jest of you when you speak classical Arabic. It is saddening that our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whom Allah sent to every one of us, the language he spoke, those who are supposed to be the first custodian of the language, they've thrown it to trash. Because they said it is very difficult for them to learn classical Arabic and they are less concerned. They don't want to speak it. They prefer to speak the colloquial. So the importance of classical Arabic is what we want to talk about. Why? Because the United Nations has come together to recognize the 18th of December as the day that is set aside for the recognition of classical Arabic language all over the world. If United Nations could go to that extent to recognize classical Arabic language as the language of a book that circulates around the world, of a book that is memorized by millions of people, of a book that directs the affairs of billions of people in the world. What is the problem with a segment of those people that accepted that religion to throw such language into trash? What is their problem? What is the problem of those who commit themselves to the religion of Islam, refusing to learn Arabic language or classical Arabic language? Why is it not that the first language our children will rush to memorize, will rush to learn, will rush to teach is classical Arabic language? We started from bringing down those who speak classical Arabic language, right from the Arabian country to ours. Arabic teachers are the poorest among us. Arabic teachers are the non-entity among us. Yes, that's the way we see them. Because they don't get what their colleagues are getting. If you speak English and you are an English teacher, all over the world, they will recognize you, including the Arabian country. Today, if you go to Saudi Arabia and you speak British English, you will be worshipped. If you speak American English, you will be worshipped. I remember 2 years ago when we went to Hajj, and we were to buy something. Somebody was conversing with another person and they couldn't understand each other, so I was there. So I had to do the interpretation. When we finished, the seller of the market and his boys, they came to me. They rallied around me because they see that I could speak English, not because of the Arabic, but because of the English. And they were following about. When I left, 2 days later, I met one of the boys. He came to us in Muna and he brought some of the boys. He said he wanted to ask me how is it possible for him to come to Britain. And all the while he was speaking English because he was telling me that I could speak English. We have a very big problem at hand. We prefer to enroll our children in English school. And that is why some of us, even from Africa, in our homes, we've left our language because we want to teach our children English language, not because we want to teach them Arabic. Many of our children could name items in English, in other language, but when it comes to Arabic, they don't know anything. The only thing they can say of Arabic is Quran, Islam, and maybe their name. Nothing more. Ask them, what's the name of this in Arabic? They don't know. What's the name of that in Arabic? They don't know. United Nations Organization set aside on the 18th of December, which is next Tuesday, as the day of recognition of this superior, this language. Yes, it doesn't mean that if you speak Arabic language, you are going to Al-Jannah. No, that is not the meaning. But if you learn Arabic, I'm talking of the classical Arabic. If you learn the classical Arabic language for the sake of Allah, for the sake of the religion, for the sake of Al-Quran, for the sake of a hadith, yes, it is possible that you get extra reward and more reward. And either we like it or not, Allah, immediately you die, you will start speaking Arabic language in the grave. Either you like it or not. Because Munkar and Nakir will never speak another language to you except Arabic. And which Arabic? Classical Arabic language. They will never speak colloquial Arabic to you. They will speak classical Arabic to you. And you will understand it by force. Either you like it or not. My brothers and sisters in Islam, it is incumbent on Muslims to revive this culture of our language. Umar radiallahu anhu made a statement that is very classical about Arabic language. He said, I love classical Arabic because it is the language of Al-Quran. I have love for this Arabic language because it's the language of Al-Quran. And it is also the language spoken by my prophet. I so much love it. Let us play. It is never too late until when you die. It is never too late until when you are in the sick bed. But when you are still living, you can learn Arabic language, the classical one, for the sake of our religion. Let's look at some of the reasons. The Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Yusuf, Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyan la'allakum ta'qilun. Allah says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Allah says, one of the signs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is your creator is that He created heaven, He created the earth. You did not create anything, you met it there. وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ. One of the signs that Allah is your creator is that He created you in colors and in languages. That language is enough a sign that Allah is our creator. See how we speak so many languages. Classical Arabic inclusive, my own native language is inclusive, your own native language is inclusive. So the existence of Arabic language among us is a sign. How is it a sign? Why did Allah choose to pick only Arabic of all the languages He created to be the language of the Quran? Surah Yusuf, Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyan. We reveal the Quran in classical Arabic, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ, so that you will think. You will think. Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever placed Arabic language beside your language and see which one is more superior? I'm talking of classical Arabic language. Have you ever done that? And you see how subhanahu wa ta'ala chose Arabic, classical Arabic language over all languages. Allah did not choose my language. Allah did not choose your language. He chose classical Arabic to be the language of Al-Quran. That is why when the Quran was revealed 1,400 years ago till now, the language has not changed. It's the same. If Allah were to choose English, look at the revolution that happened to English language from Latin. Many of the roots are traced to that. And see the changes. It will have happened to Quran. It is consistent. If you happens to see the Prophet today, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you read the Quran to him, the understanding he's going to have about the Quran and those who live with him is the same understanding you have now, because there is no change. It's the same. That is enough a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Are we not going to learn this language? Number two is because at the beginning, one of the foremost language of civilization was Arabic language. Medicine started with the Arabic language. Counting, what is known as Roman figure, no, it's Arabic numeral, started with Arabic language. The numbers of 1 to 9 started with Arabic language. Chemistry started with Arabic language. Medicine, Arabic language. Physics, Arabic language. Last time I told you the first person to fly a plane was a Muslim. Well, you learned that from the Quran, which is Arabic language. So the first language of civilization was Arabic. If civilization started in Egypt, like they said, then the Egyptians are speaking Arabic language. Number three is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made Arabic language a language that cut across continents. It cut across continents. How does it cut across continents? Because the Quran cut across continents. The way we are observing Jumua here, if you go to New York today, the same way, immediately after the khutbah, the Imam is going to read the Surah Al-Fatiha in Arabic language. Another important thing we need to know about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it possible, and He has given us a sign for us to learn this language, is that in every continent we have Muslims. In every tribe we have Muslims. In every nook and crannies of the world we have Muslims. And these Muslims, they come together from the nook and crannies of the world. Doing what? Reading the Quran, which is the language of our Quran. Today is Yawmul Jum'ah. Many would have recited Surah Al-Kahf. Many are still planning to read theirs. Many will be reading theirs as we are doing the khutbah here. But they will read that Surah Al-Kahf in what language? Classical Arabic language. Another important sign is that the only book that is memorized all over the world is Al-Quran. There is no book that is memorized from page 1 to the last page. And that book that is memorized, the book is written in classical Arabic language. It's written in classical Arabic language. I told you last time that memorization of Al-Quran is not the real thing anymore. Now it is the computerization of the memorization of Al-Quran. People are computerizing the Quran. Quran turned them to be a computer human being. You ask them any question in the Quran, ask them how many lamb we have in Surah Al-Fatiha, they will tell you. And when you count it, exact number. How many Allah we have in the Quran, they are going to tell you. Just like you input such information in computer, you get the correct answer. It is the force behind that language that makes that possible. Now, they've started the competition on Ahadith. People will sit down and they memorize the whole of Hadith, Sahih Muslim, they memorize it. Ask them anything, they bring it out offhand. It is the power behind that language of classical Arabic language. In the nutshell, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, it is not too late for us to learn that language. Enroll yourself in an Arabic school. Now you don't need to go every day to school. At the comfort of the corner of your room, you can learn Arabic language. There are many of them on net. When you go on net, you choose whatever you want to choose, and you pay a very small amount of money to learn the language. I've told you once before that there was a man who did not accept Islam at the beginning, but he said he wanted to have fun learning other language. He is from America. On YouTube, he searched and he started learning. He did not pay an inch to anybody. He was learning Arabic language, and he did that for 2 years. After 2 years, he is able to speak Arabic language on his own. So you watch so many things on YouTube. What you just need to do is to commit a particular time to that course. Let's say 30 minutes every day. I am going to do that consistently for 1 year. 30 minutes every day, you want to commit it to Arabic language. You may not get any teacher. You go on YouTube, that is enough your teacher. If you have problem with your car, sometimes you go on YouTube and make search, and you'll be taught what to do, and you will get exactly the same thing. You will solve the problem without calling a mechanic. Why don't you do that for the book of Allah? Let us seek for forgiveness. May Allah forgive our sins. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa mawala wa la aqibat lil muttaqin wa la udwana illa ala dhalimin inna Allah la yudhi'u ajra al muhsinin. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We seek for his blessings and mercy upon the soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We pray that those who are following the path of truth, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with them and strengthen them. We also pray that those who are trying to propagate the path of evil, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring them down all over the world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give the kalima of Allah the strength and the power to overrule all over kalima. Our brothers all over the nook and crannies, our sisters who are exposed to torture and persecution, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala salvage them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with them. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر أعداء الدين وانصر عبادك الموحدين وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. أقيموا الصلاة.